Time now for the morning rush. The city of Albuquerque is developing a way to tackle rundown properties. The city unveiled the Problematic Properties program, allowing anyone to track the progress the city is making on fixing problem properties. City Council is signing off on demolitions, but property owners still have a chance to appeal.
New Mexico is now asking for funds this morning to clean up the water contamination on two of the state's Air Force bases. Cannon and Holloman Air Force bases used firefighting foam that contained PFAS, which contaminated the water rather. Now, Cabinet Secretary James Kenney pushed for more money to help with the cleanup.
A federal judge in New Mexico set to decide today whether the man accused of trying to breach the cockpit of a Delta flight will stay behind bars until trial. Asiel Norton is accused of charging the front of the plane, then pounding on the cockpit door. Flight attendants and passengers were able to hold him down until the flight diverted into Albuquerque.
The trial is underway for the man accused of raping and killing a 6-year-old girl. Leland Hust was 21 years old back in August of 2018. That's when Ariana Jade Romeo was found dead in her Rio Rancho home. Now, investigators say that Hust was the last person to see Ariana alive, and his DNA was found on her body. Eric.
We're going to be seeing more heat continuing to build and intensify across the region. This top story today is all about that heat as high pressure takes control of our region here. A little bit of haze and smoke once again across the west this morning.
Developing news now, an Indiana man is facing up to 18 years in prison after pleading guilty to running a sex trafficking ring in Albuquerque. 32-year-old Matthew Woods admitted to helping recruit women and minors, forcing them into prostitution.
The Albuquerque Police Union will not be penalized for a recent media campaign criticizing court-ordered reforms at APD. Well, that campaign included billboards blaming the DOJ reforms for a rise in crime. Yesterday, in a federal court hearing, the city called the campaign ineffective, saying that sanctions against the union would be a distraction.
Happening today, the city of Rio Rancho will move forward to waive alcohol license fees, saving businesses hundreds of dollars. In recognition of closures and restrictions for businesses during the pandemic, the governor waived the 2021 municipal licensing fee for the sale of alcohol.
Crews are still tackling the ball field fire burning near Ruidoso. At last word, that fire is 75% contained. Now that's up from 50% yesterday morning and holding at about 25 acres in size. The cause of that fire is still under investigation. Eric.
And because of some of these wildfires around the region, our Metro Threat Index will be a 7 today, coupled with the very high heat. Very intense today as it continues to be one of the hottest days so far of the year.
The Arrowhead Center at New Mexico State University is getting $1 million to develop new high-tech clean technologies. The money from the Department of Energy will expand the New Mexico Clean Energy Resilience and Growth Cluster.
Well, parents who've had trouble getting out to get the vaccine shot are now being offered free child care. KinderCare and La Petite Academy, they are both offering free drop-in appointments for people needing to get out to get a vaccination or recovering from one.
Developing news for you now. The University of New Mexico is adding itself to the list of schools participating in President Biden's COVID-19 College Challenge. The goal is to organize events to make it easier for students, staff, and faculty to get vaccinated at sites closer to them this summer. Well,
the state says it's seeing the Vax to the Max program getting some tremendous success. Beginning this month, the state will start 5 weekly drawings and will award one winner $250,000 every week. There will be also a grand prize of $5 million that will go to one winner at the end of the sweepstakes. That's in early August.
All right, get ready. Live events at Santa Fe's Meow Wolf are coming back. The art installation had been shut down because of the pandemic. On August 15th, live music will be coming back, starting with the band, the Mountain Goats. Masks will still be required on site. Eric.
All right, so far all clear on the roadways there west on I-40 near the Big I. It's moving along just fine so far this morning.
Well, the Turkish jeweler has now assigned his squirrel Memicon to help protect his business. Little Memicon was assigned to security after he became very protective of the cash in the register. Well, his owner is hopeful that Memicon, who's recovering from a paw injury, can someday return to the wild.
Aww.
If not, he's got a promising career as a security guard.
He really does. I don't think he has an injury at all.
No.
I feel like he's using his advantage.
I want to see him just kind of give a little wink.
Well, let's go back to good 56 years ago on this date where an F1 tornado hit Walker Air Force Base. That actually moved a trailer about 37 feet, injuring 3 of 7 people.
Wow. All right, time now for the 5 facts. At number 5 this morning, a local Dutch Bros employee is now making sure that her store is being as environmentally friendly as possible. Kayla Chavez has been working at the location near 528 and Rio Rancho Boulevard since September, and she realized that they were not recycling. So last month, she convinced her store operator and the co-workers to start recycling cans, but it's up to her to get it where it needs to go. Well, Chavez says that between her and the store and the other Rio Rancho location, they have recycled now about 300 pounds of cans last month alone.
Wow, that's great. Good for them. All right, number 4, the University of New Mexico is adding itself to the list of schools participating in President Biden's COVID-19 College Challenge. The Biden administration is partnering up with local universities to ensure that vaccinations are available for anyone who actually wants one. The goal is to organize events to make it easier for students, staff, and faculty to get vaccinated at sites closer to them this summer. If you want more details on vaccination sites, go to our website. That is always on KRQE.com.
And at number 3, it is all about the heat. 108 degrees today in Roswell and Carlsbad, shattering the old record there. We're going to climb here also in Albuquerque into the middle 90s, so even warmer than we saw on Sunday, which was 95 degrees. And look at that warmth making its way up towards the Colorado line, close to 90 degrees there. So the heat wave continues and intensifies throughout our Thursday.
And to number 2 now. We're now getting a look at the bizarre scene that officers came across when they found 2 people dead inside a car. That car was found on the pedestrian path below Carlisle and I-40 back in early May. State police say the body of 39-year-old Thomas Crum was in the driver's seat. 28-year-old Lee Benson was in the back seat. Both had been shot that night. Police are still trying to figure out why they were there and how they possibly knew one another. The 2 men both had criminal records.
And at number 1, the city of Albuquerque is now developing new ways of tackling rundown properties, attracting crime, and making some neighborhoods unsafe. Well, the city recently unveiled its new problematic properties program. It's allowing anyone to track the progress that the city is making on getting the problem properties either fixed up or demolished. The web page will then highlight what officials are calling the 15 worst of the city's approximately 300 rundown properties. City Council is signing off on demolitions, but property owners still have a chance to appeal.
Guys, how about the 7-day forecast? I was outside biking yesterday afternoon. Not a good day probably today and really any of the next 7 days or so. Very intense heat during the afternoon hours there. We approach records by the weekend, but still staying just a degree or 2 shy, at least here in the metro.